Welcome! Today I'll discuss my top mangas, manhwa, webtoon that I read during 2019, which was my senior year of high school. Since I traveled at least 3 hours a day to get to school and back, I read a lot of manga. I'm mainly interested in loner slash team building slash character development sort of stories with a hint of like romance. I also do tend to like seinen as well, so a lot of it will be seinen focused. So yeah, let's just get into my top 5. Why did I show that? Number 1. Solo Leveling. It's a Korean manhwa focused on the main character Jinwoo. Jinwoo lives in an alternate reality where these entities known as gates are present within the world. These gates unleash magical creatures that ravage and destroy the world. But thankfully the world has hunters, which are basically humans with special powers and who are able to like seek glory, wealth, and fame by entering these gates and closing them. Each hunter is separated by rank and skill set, and you get to learn about Jinwoo, someone who is at the bottom of the ranking system. I won't spoil too much, but something happens to him and then he pretty much becomes super overpowered and you get to watch his rise. Alright? Yeah, that's just foreshadowing a event that will be super apparent. So this is my favorite manhwa so far that I've read, and it's quite the journey, if I do say so myself. It's currently on hiatus, but all my friends who read mangas and manhwas, webtoons, we all enjoy it like so much. So this is my number 1 recommendation. This video, you probably have already read this, but that was just something I read last year, which was very nice to read during my week. Number 2. Kingdom. Kingdom is a Japanese manga around the main character Shin or Shin, depending on like which translation you're reading. It's pretty much a hero's journey during the Warring States period in China. Shin initially starts out as an orphan with his brother, who both aim to be the greatest generals of heaven, until a noble sees his brother, who looks quite similar to the prince of Qin. He purchases the brother and makes him become a doppelganger for the king, which only leads to his death, causing Shin to, I guess, seek out and leave his life as a sort of farmer and join the army of Qin, and eventually you just watch his rise from someone who's just practiced every day with the sword to leading small groups of 100 men or like 5 men first, and then making his way up from like 100, 200, like 1,000, 5,000. Basically, if you're into like sort of armies and battles, as well as good story and good character development, as well as decent world building and a bit of history, you're definitely going to enjoy Kingdom. There's only 2 mangas on this list, and this is one of them. Basically, this is my favorite manga in terms of like seinen. Yeah. Number 3. Lookism. Lookism is a great webtoon that I recommend. It contains a main character named Daniel, who is constantly bullied and picked on for his physical appearance and stats, until one day he is able to switch into a 10 out of 10 good looking body, basically a skinny Asian guy. He makes a whole bunch of friends, and the plot pretty much revolves around him and a whole bunch of social dynamics around friendships and like the dark truths of society pretty much. He goes from being a loner to having a whole bunch of friends, which is, like I said earlier, something that I'm quite interested in. So definitely give this webtoon a shot. It's a bit slow at the start, maybe give it around 20 chapters and then see if you want to continue it from there. I feel like these images that I'll show now, pretty much just the main things that I took out of it. I like to screenshot a lot of pages that I read from manga and webtoons. Number 4. True Beauty. Holy, this is more of a shoujo slash female oriented webtoon, but because I talked to a couple girls last year, they recommended it, and so I decided to give it a shot. Initially, I was kind of turned off by the idea, like, not really into this sort of girly sort of manga. But what ended up happening was I started to get heavily invested, and now I'm reading it each week. It's pretty much around a girl who but she learns about the world of makeup, and with makeup, magical things can happen. Pretty much she becomes every Korean girl on Instagram and becomes hella popular. And so yeah, it's just about her life dealing with boys and like coming of age type story where she meets boys and she fangirls over them. And yeah, you just get to see like different drama that happens from like the end of her high school to like starting something new after. I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, it's just good. Well, I feel like if you're a girl, you'll definitely enjoy it more. I think I read it mainly for the sake of being able to socialize around another webtoon with females. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy it. I'd say for this, at least give it 10 chapters if you're gonna try this one out. I don't. Number 5. This one is I sold my life for 10,000 yen. This is my last recommendation and one that made me cry towards the end of my senior year. Like, I think I read this after my exams, like during my big holiday, and it's so good. It really makes you think about what you're doing with your life. Provides you with another reason as to like why you should find someone who's willing to sacrifice a lot for you. Pretty much a guy sells his life for 10,000 yen, and it just goes on that dynamic of what he does in that time, and he has an observer that he eventually like mingles with quite a bit, and you just see a lot of their chemistry, which is quite cute and I guess just heartwarming. I don't know how to describe it too much. Basically, I got a smile on my face and I was just like really sad when it ended. Make sure you read this one. This is like the one that I recommend that you read fully. You'll definitely like get a lot out of it if you do. Okay, honorable mentions. So let's go with the webtoons first. I read Windbreaker, which is a basic competitive biking with a whole bunch of tea. Then Sweet Home was great. If you've read Bastard, it's the author's second attempt at another horror, but this time with like a bit more story compared to last time with like more fantasy elements in this one. Then there's Gosu, basically super overpowered dude who delivers dumplings. Wow, that sounds quite interesting. Then we have Volcanic Age, another Korean isekai. The main character becomes super overpowered because he retains all the memories of his past life and then he's able to just tenfold his skills at like a young age. Then we have his secret, Yandere Boyfriend Edition, with blue eyes and white hair. Oh, why did I write that in the script? Now for the mangas. Promised Neverland was something I read at the start of the year. Very nice. I didn't actually watch the manga because I've already read them. I didn't actually watch the anime because I've already read the manga. There's also an anime for it if you want to watch that. Ahiru no Sora was something I really enjoyed. Basketball anime. Basically Hinata, but in basketball. Yeah, it's about a short and basketball protagonist. Then we have Berserk. Finally reread Berserk in 2019, so definitely one of my favorite seinen mangas. Probably top 3 with Kingdom, I Sold My Life, and that. Then Demon Slayer was something I also read. That's also great. If you're into girls who are carried in backpacks with thing in their mouth, yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at explaining. Yeah, I guess that pretty much concludes what I read last year. This is my, I guess, first attempt at something like this, so I hope it's not that bad. I will make a one about what I read during isolation because I read even more manga during this isolation period. So stay tuned for that. Well, if you got to this far, thank you for watching, and I hope that I'm able to give you guys a bit of joy by showcasing a couple mangas that you can probably check out, or mangas, manhwas, webtoons, basically any comic sort thing to read. Yep. Thank you, and I hope to see you guys on the next videos. Please let me know if you do like this content so I can keep adding it to my schedule.